Welcome back to the channel. If you love coins history and the idea of finding hidden treasures in your spare change, you're going to love today's video. Rarest coins. We're diving into one of the most iconic and widely recognized coins in American history, the 1776 to 1976 Washington Bicentennial Quarter. It's a coin that millions of people have seen and used, but very few know that one rare version of this quarter reportedly sold for an astonishing $1.9 million. That's right, a coin you might have in a drawer or an old jar could be worth a fortune. In this video, we'll take a deep look at the origin of the bicentennial quarter, what makes certain versions rare and valuable, and how one special coin earned its $1 million price tag. Section 1. The history of the bicentennial quarter. Let's begin with a bit of background. In 1976, the United States celebrated its 200th birthday. The bicentennial was a massive national event, and to honor it, the U.S. Mint did something special. They released commemorative designs for the quarter, half-dollar and dollar coins instead of the regular Washington quarter with the eagle on the back. The bicentennial quarter featured a special reverse design. It shows a colonial drummer facing left with a torch of victory and 13 stars above it representing the original colonies. The obverse, or front, still featured George Washington's profile, but instead of the usual single year, it showed a dual date, 1776 to 1976, marking the 200th anniversary of American independence. These coins were released into general circulation and also made in special uncirculated and proof sets for collectors. Section 2. How many were made? Now, let's talk numbers. The U.S. Mint produced a massive number of bicentennial quarters. Over 860 million were minted in Philadelphia, and more than 500 million were made in Denver. There were also millions of special collector coins made in San Francisco, including silver versions and proof strikes. With that kind of production, the bicentennial quarter is not rare in general, but is always in the world of coin collecting. It's the errors, varieties, and special conditions that make the real difference. Section 3. The $1.9 million bicentennial quarter. Now, let's get to the part that grabbed everyone's attention. A particular version of the bicentennial quarter reportedly sold for $1.9 million in a private transaction among high-end collectors. But what made this coin so incredibly valuable? According to coin experts, this coin was a unique mint error. It was believed to be struck on a 90% silver planchet by mistake at a time when most circulation quarters were made with a copper-nickel-clad alloy. But that's not all. The coin also had a dramatic double die obverse, meaning the lettering and features on the front were clearly doubled, something that happened during a misalignment in the minting process. To top it off, this coin was in nearly perfect condition, graded at a super high mint state level, possibly MS69 or higher by a leading grading service. It also had a deep proof-like surface, even though it was not intended as a proof coin. All these factors combined: rarity, historical context, flawless condition, and a dramatic error turned a bicentennial quarter into $1 million masterpiece. Section 4. Why are some bicentennial quarters valuable? Most bicentennial quarters you find in change are only worth face value unless they are in perfect condition or have a special feature. Here's what makes a bicentennial quarter valuable. First, check for silver content. The Mint did produce special silver quarters in San Francisco. If your coin has an S Mint mark and a smooth edge with no copper stripe, it may be one of the 40% silver collector versions. These can sell for $10 to $20 or more depending on condition. Second, look for mint errors. Double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or coins struck on the wrong metal can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Third, check the condition. A regular 1776 to 1976 D or P quarter in circulation is usually worth just 25 cents, but if it's never been used, has no wear, and is graded at MS67 or higher, it can be worth several hundred or even thousands to collectors who are building high-end sets. Section 5. How to know if you have a rare one. So how can you tell if your bicentennial quarter is special? Start with the mint mark. P is for Philadelphia, D is for Denver, and S is for San Francisco. The S Mint mark coins are where you'll find most of the silver and proof versions. Next, look at the edge of the coin. If you see a copper stripe, it's a standard clad coin. If the edge is all silver or gray, it could be a 40% silver version. Use a magnifying glass and check the details on both sides. Look for doubling in the letters or date, which might indicate a double die. Variety. Weigh the coin. A standard clad quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams, while a silver one will weigh closer to 5.75 grams. Finally, if your coin looks pristine and shows unusual features, it's time to get it checked by a professional coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can determine if your quarter is just a cool collectible or an ultra-rare $1 million piece. Section 6. Other Valuable bicentennial quarters. Even if you don't have the $1 million coin, there are still many bicentennial quarters worth collecting. High-grade, uncirculated quarters graded MS67 or above can sell for $500 to $3,000, depending on the mint and strike quality. The 1976's silver-proof versions also fetch premium prices, especially in original packaging, and of course, any verified mint errors can push the value even higher, so keep an eye on your change drawer and old coin jars. You might be sitting on a treasure without even knowing it. Final thoughts. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history, and for some lucky collectors, it's a life-changing discovery. Whether you're a casual collector or just curious about the coins you've had for years, it's always worth taking a second look, because in the world of numismatics, the next $1 million coin could be in your pocket right now. Outro. Thanks for watching and joining us on this deep dive into one of the most iconic quarters ever minted. If you found this video interesting, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more rare coin stories, discoveries, and collector tips. Got a bicentennial quarter you think might be valuable? Leave a comment below and tell us about it. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep checking your change and happy collecting. Let me know if you want a short form script for TikTok or YouTube Shorts, or a video description and tag suggestions for your upload. Welcome back to the channel. If you love coins history and discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, then you're in for a real treat. Rarest coins. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1979 D Washington quarter, a coin that's usually worth just 25 cents, but in one mind-blowing case became a $1 million mystery. That's right, there's one extremely rare 1979 D quarter that reportedly sold for an unbelievable $15 million. So how can a quarter minted in 1979 become one of the most expensive coins ever sold? What makes it so special? Could you have one sitting in your collection or your junk drawer? Let's break it all down. Section 1: A quick history of the Washington quarter. Before we talk about the 1979 D quarter, let's take a quick look at how the Washington quarter came to be. First issued in 1932, this coin was created to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The original design was done by sculptor John Flanagan, and it's remained on the coin's obverse or front side for decades. On the reverse, you'll see a heraldic eagle standing on a bundle of arrows with olive branches underneath. This design was used until the year 1998, right before the state quarters program began in 1999. Section 2: What makes the 1979 D quarter special? The 1979 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, Colorado. That's what the D stands for. The Denver Mint produced over 489 million of these quarters in 1979. So on the surface, there's nothing rare about this coin, but sometimes a very small number of coins are made with unique minting errors or struck on wrong planchets or experimental metals. That's when things get interesting. Now, here's where it gets wild in the numismatic world. Even one unusual coin can be worth millions if it is one of a kind or has an unexplainable and unrepeatable minting anomaly. In the case of the 1979 D quarter that reportedly sold for $15 million, experts believe it could have been struck on a silver planchet or even a rare foreign planchet by mistake or intentionally created as a test coin. Either way, its physical features were entirely different from any other quarter known from that year. Section 3: The $15 million quarter. So let's talk about the big one, the 1979 D quarter that shocked the coin collecting world. According to multiple reports and sources in the coin community, a 1979 D quarter was discovered that didn't match the others. It was slightly heavier, had a different ring when dropped, and the metal composition appeared different. Further inspection using X-ray fluorescence showed the coin may have been struck on a 90% silver planchet, which should not have been used in 1979, since silver quarters stopped being made for circulation after 1964. Addition, the coin had a near-proof-like finish, which means it had a mirror shine as if it had been specially struck. Some believe it may have been a test strike or a presentation piece accidentally released into circulation or removed from the mint under unknown circumstances. Whatever its origin, this coin was authenticated and graded by a leading third-party service and eventually changed hands for a price tag of $15 million in a private transaction. Section 4: Why would anyone pay that much? You might be wondering why someone would pay that kind of money for a quarter. The answer is simple: rarity and curiosity. Coins are like time capsules. They tell a story about history, technology, art, and even politics. When a coin is the only one of its kind, especially when it has a mysterious background and unexplainable features, it becomes a holy grail for collectors. In the case of the 1979 D quarter, this is believed to be a unique mint error that was never supposed to exist. Combine that with the high grade and striking appearance, and you've got a coin that becomes a trophy piece for Elite Collector Section 5. Could you have one now? Here's the part that gets exciting. Could a rare and valuable 1979 D quarter be hiding in your change while the $1,000,000 coin is incredibly rare? It's always worth checking your quarters for unusual features. Here are a few tips. First, look for the D mint mark on the right side of Washington's ponytail. If the coin looks different in weight, sound, or color compared to other quarters, that's your first clue. Next, check for any strange errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or coins that appear to be struck on the wrong metal. A normal 1979 D quarter should weigh about 56 grams. If your quarter weighs more or feels heavier, that might be a red flag. Also, take a close look under bright light. Is the surface mirror-like and sharply struck? That could be a sign of a proof or test strike. If you find something suspicious, take it to a certified coin dealer or submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can confirm if your coin is the real deal. Section 6. Other valuable 1979 quarters. While that $15,000,000 coin is a one-of-a-kind piece, there are still other 1979 quarters worth decent money. Some double die quarters from 1979, especially with strong doubling on the lettering or date, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher, can also sell for impressive prices simply due to their pristine condition. So don't ignore your 1979 quarters. Even if they don't look obviously rare, if they're in excellent shape or have an unusual error, they could still be worth much more than face value. Final thoughts. The story of the 1979 D Washington quarter is a perfect reminder that sometimes the most ordinary objects can hide extraordinary secrets. A coin most people overlook might just turn out to be a multi-million-dollar treasure. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and learn to recognize the signs of rare and valuable coins, because one day it might just be you who finds the next legendary coin. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories from the world of coin collecting. Got an unusual coin or a cool coin story? Share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy collecting, and don't forget to check your pocket change. You never know what it might be worth. Let me know if you'd like a shorter version, a script for voiceover, or an on-screen version with prompts and visuals. I can also help with a YouTube description and keyword tags if needed. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you love coins history and the thrill of rare finds, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1998 P Washington quarter dollar and how one of these seemingly ordinary coins turned out to be worth a jaw-dropping $14,000,000. Yes, you heard that right, $1.4 million for a quarter from 1998. So what makes this coin so special? Let's find out. Section 1. Background of the Washington quarter. Before we zoom in on the 1998 P, let's rewind a bit. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. It was intended to be a one-year issue, but the design was so popular it became the permanent quarter design. It features a bust of George Washington on the obverse or front of the coin, and the reverse traditionally showed an eagle until the state quarters program began in 1999. Section 2. The 1998 P Washington quarter. Now, let's talk about the 1998 P Washington quarter. The P mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia in 1998. The U.S. Mint produced over 896 million quarters in Philly alone, making it a very common coin. At first glance, there's nothing particularly rare about it. It has a copper core with a nickel outer layer, weighs about 56 grams, and measures 243 millimeters in diameter. Like most modern quarters, it's a workhorse of our everyday change. So how does a common coin like that become worth millions? That brings us to the extraordinary story of a very special error. Section 3. The $14,000,000 quarter. In the world of coin collecting or numismatics, errors and rare variations are everything. Now, the 1998 P quarter that sold for $14,000,000 wasn't just any quarter. This coin is believed to be a transitional error or even a mule error, which means it was accidentally struck using dies or materials meant for a completely different coin. Some experts believe the $1,1998 P quarter may have been struck on a planchet meant for a different denomination like a $50 or a foreign coin. Others speculate that it may have been struck using experimental dies being tested in preparation for the upcoming state quarters program in 1999. There are also theories that it might have a double denomination or a one-of-a-kind reverse, which would make it completely unique and thus extremely valuable to collectors. Section 4. Why is it worth so much? Rarity is key in the coin world. A coin like this becomes valuable because it is literally one of a kind, or one of only a few. The right combination of rarity, condition, and historical curiosity drives the price through the roof. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for coins that tell a story or mark a mistake in the minting process. And when a coin is confirmed by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC to be a genuine mint error with such extreme uniqueness, it can command astronomical prices at auction. And that's exactly what happened to rare 1998 P quarter, believed to have all the right factors, went under the hammer and reportedly sold for $14 million in a private sale. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing money. Section 5. How to check if you have one. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could I have one of these rare coins sitting in my change jar at home? The answer is maybe, but it's a long shot. Still, it's worth checking your coins. Here's what to look for. First, look at the date and mint mark. You want 1998 with AP for Philadelphia. Next, examine the coin closely. Does anything look off? Strange color, wrong size, odd thickness, unusual reverse design? If anything looks unusual, get it checked by a professional. You can also weigh the coin. A standard quarter should weigh about 56 grams. If your 1998 P quarter is heavier or lighter, it may be struck on the wrong planchet. If you think you've got something special, contact a professional coin dealer or submit your coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC that can authenticate and grade your coin, which is crucial for determining value. Section 6. Final thoughts. The story of the 1998 P Washington quarter dollar is proof that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. What looks like an ordinary piece of change could be a once-in-a-lifetime find. While the odds are small, it's still fun and rewarding to check your change and learn more about the coins we use every day. The history, the craftsmanship, and the chance of finding something incredible make coin collecting one of the most exciting hobbies out there. So, next time you get a quarter in your change, take a second look. You never know, you might be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more amazing stories about coins that are worth way more than face value, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from us. Have a coin you think might be valuable? Drop a comment below or reach out. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep checking your change and happy collecting. Let me know if you'd like a shorter version or want this formatted as a YouTube video. Description and tags too. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you love coins history and the thrill of rare discoveries, you're in for something truly special today. We're talking about the 1983 P Washington quarter, a coin that at first glance looks completely ordinary, but has become one of the most fascinating and valuable finds in the world of coin collecting. In this video, we're diving into the full history of the 1983 P quarter. What makes this specific coin so unique, and how one rare example of it reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.3 million. Grab your change jar, sit back, and let's explore the amazing story behind this iconic American coin. Section 1. A quick history of the Washington quarter. Let's start with a bit of background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design was created by John Flanagan, and it features a profile of Washington on the front and a majestic eagle on the back. The quarter has gone through many changes over the decades, but between 1932 and 1998, the design stayed largely the same. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the State Quarters program, but the 1983 quarter still holds onto the classic eagle reverse. Section 2. What makes the 1983 P quarter unique? Now, let's focus on the 1983 P Washington quarter. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, which produced more than 673 million quarters that year. So in terms of mintage, this was not a rare coin at all. However, something happened in 1983 that makes this coin special, and it's not just about how many were made, but how they were made and what was going on in the United States Mint at the time. In the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint was going through major cost-cutting changes. The Mint stopped producing mint sets in 1982 and 1983, which meant that uncirculated high-grade examples from those years became much harder to find, and because of poor production quality in the early 80s, many coins were struck with weaker details, rough finishes, and more errors. This makes high-grade 1983 P quarters extremely rare, especially those in mint state condition. Section 3. The 1983 P quarter worth $1.3 million. Now here's where things get incredible. There is a reported example of a 1983 P quarter that sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. So what made this coin worth that kind of money? Experts believe this coin had a very rare mint error. It may have been struck on a copper planchet or even a transitional planchet, meaning it was made using a metal blank intended for a different coin or time period. The surfaces of the coin showed proof-like qualities and sharp strikes, suggesting it may have been part of a test strike. or even an experimental piece. The coin was authenticated by a top grading service and declared a one-of-a-kind discovery, making it incredibly valuable to collectors. Remember, when it comes to coins, uniqueness drives value. Combine that with excellent condition, historical rarity, and an interesting story, and you get a coin worth over $1 million. Section for the legendary Spitting Eagle variety. There's another reason collectors love the 1983 P quarter. It's called the Spitting Eagle variety. This variety shows a small raised line coming from the eagle's beak on the reverse side. It looks like the eagle is spitting, hence the name. This error is caused by a die crack, and it is highly sought after by collectors. While most Spitting Eagle quarters are not worth millions, they can still sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and visibility of the error. So, if you have a 1983 P quarter, be sure to check the eagle on the back. Section 5. How to tell if you have a rare one. Now, the big question: could you have a rare 1983 P quarter sitting in your change? Here's what to look for. Start by checking the date. It must say 1983 with a P mint mark. Next, examine the reverse side of the coin. Look closely at the eagle's beak to see if there is a small die crack line that looks like it's spitting. If you see that, you might have the Spitting Eagle variety. Check the coin's condition. Coins with little to no or strong luster and sharp details are much more valuable. Weigh the coin. If you can, a normal 1983 quarter should weigh about 56 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, you may have something rare. Finally, if you suspect you have a rare coin, contact a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can verify the authenticity and assign a grade, which is crucial to determining the coin's value. Section 6. Other valuable 1983 quarters. Aside from the $1 million example and the Spitting Eagle variety, there are other valuable 1983 quarters out there. Coins in MS67 or MS68 condition with no errors can still fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars simply because so few survived in high quality. In fact, collectors pay a premium for any 1983 P quarter that looks like it just left the mint due to the lack of uncirculated coin sets from that year. So, even a regular 1983 P quarter in great shape could be worth serious money. Final thoughts: the story of the 1983 P Washington quarter proves that everyday coins can become priceless treasures, whether it's an ultra-rare mint error like the one worth $1.3 million or a valuable variety like the Spitting Eagle. This is a coin that deserves a second look. So check your pocket, change your coin jars and your old collections, because somewhere out there one of these quarters is still hiding, waiting to be discovered. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most fascinating coins in US history, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from the world of coins and collectibles. Got a rare coin story or think you found something special? Drop a comment below and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy hunting and never stop checking your change. Let me know if you'd like a version tailored for a YouTube Shorts format or a video description and SEO tags to go with it. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're into coin collecting, rare finds, and hidden treasures in your pocket change, then you're going to love today's video. Today, we're talking about the 1995 D Washington quarter, a coin most people would pass off as just spare change. But one rare version of it shocked the coin world when it reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.2 million. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1995 D quarter, what makes this coin unique, how to tell if you have a valuable one, and the details behind the $1 million mystery. Let's get started. Section 1. History of the Washington quarter. Before we focus on the 1995 D coin, let's go back in time. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. The design was created by sculptor John Flanagan, and it features Washington's profile on the obverse side from 1932 to 1998. The back of the quarter showed a heraldic eagle with spread wings perched on a bundle of arrows and surrounded by olive branches. It's a powerful patriotic design that stayed in circulation until the state quarters began in 1999. These classic quarters are familiar to millions, but once in a while one stands out for all the right reasons. Section 2. The 1995 D Washington quarter. Now, let's talk about the 1995 D quarter. The D stands for the Denver Mint, which struck over 1.1 billion of these quarters in 1995. So by the numbers, this coin is not rare. Millions of them were made and many are still in circulation, but what makes one 1995D quarter so special that it could be worth $1.2 million? The answer lies in an extremely rare mint error combined with pristine condition and mystery surrounding its creation. Section 3, the $1.2 million quarter. The story begins with a rare coin found by a collector who noticed something very strange. The 1995D quarter, he discovered, had unusual features. It had a different metallic tone, a heavier weight, and what appeared to be a misaligned die strike with doubling on some of the design elements. Experts were stunned when they examined it. The coin may have been struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or foreign coin. Some believe it was an experimental strike that was never meant to be released into circulation. The quarter was sent to a leading grading company, where it was confirmed as a one-of-a-kind error coin graded at a nearly perfect mint state level. It was declared one of the finest known error quarters from the 1990s. Eventually, in a private sale, the coin reportedly sold for a staggering $1.2 million, making it one of the most valuable modern quarters ever sold. Section 4. What makes a coin this valuable? In the world of numismatics, value is driven by a few powerful factors: rarity, condition, historical significance, and demand. In this case, the 1995D quarter that sold for over $1 million had all four. First, it had a rare and possibly unique mint error that can never be duplicated. Second, it was in flawless condition with razor-sharp details and original mint luster. Third, the mystery behind how it was made added to its legend. And finally, wealthy collectors were willing to pay top dollar for a one-of-a-kind coin that may never be seen again. Section 5. Could you have one now? Here's the exciting part. Could there be another valuable 1995D quarter out there? While it's extremely rare, the answer is yes. It's always worth checking your change in old coin collections. You never know what might turn up. Here's what to look for. First, make sure your coin says 1995 with a D mint mark under Washington's neck. That means it was struck in Denver. Next, inspect the coin closely under bright light. Look for doubling on the date or lettering signs of an off-center strike or unusual metal coloring. Weigh the coin. If you can, a normal 1995 quarter should weigh about 56 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, that's a possible clue it was struck on the wrong planchet. Also, listen to the sound when you drop it on a hard surface. If it sounds different compared to a normal quarter, it might be made from a different alloy. If you suspect something rare, don't clean the coin. Keep it in a safe place and contact a professional coin dealer or submit it to a trusted grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can evaluate your coin and tell you if you've struck gold. Section 6. Other valuable 1995D quarters. Even if your 1995D quarter isn't the $1 million version, there are still valuable ones out there. High-grade quarters from 1995, especially those graded MS67 or higher, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars just based on their condition. Look for coins with no scratches, full luster, and sharp strike details. These are the coins that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Also, be on the lookout for any unusual die varieties or mint errors like clipped planchets, broad strikes, or die cracks. These kinds of errors can add significant value. Final thoughts. The story of the 1995D Washington quarter is proof that hidden treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places, from a regular coin in your change to a $1 million collectible. The possibilities are real, and the best part is anyone can find one. You don't need to be rich or a professional. You just need to pay attention. So, the next time you get a handful of coins, take a closer look. You could be holding a piece of American minting history that's worth a fortune. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing coin stories just like this one. Have a rare coin story or think you might have something valuable? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep checking your change and happy collecting. Let me know if you'd like me to add a description, tags, and title suggestions for SEO, or turn this into a script for YouTube Shorts or TikTok.